Echoes of eras, the Bermuda Triangle, the ocean that swallows time. There are places on Earth that defy reason, places where logic seems to dissolve, where the boundaries of science, time, and the human mind are tested. But among them, one stands apart, a stretch of ocean so vast, so infamous, that it has haunted sailors, pilots, and scientists for more than a century. It is said that within its invisible borders, compasses spin madly, engines die without warning, and ships vanish into nothingness. This is the Bermuda Triangle, an expanse of sea between Miami, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. And for generations it has swallowed men, machines, and entire expeditions, leaving behind only silence. The mystery begins long before the modern era. Sailors of the 15th century spoke of waters that breathed mist and fire. Christopher Columbus himself recorded in his logbook strange lights that danced upon the horizon and compasses that refused to obey the north. He described balls of flame falling into the sea and a restless, unnatural calm that gripped the ocean. Even then, the triangle was whispering its secrets. Centuries later, as ships became steel and engines replaced sails, the triangle's appetite only grew. The first great mystery to capture public imagination was that of the Ellen Austin, an American schooner sailing in 1881. Its crew spotted another vessel drifting aimlessly in the Atlantic. It was fully intact, its sails up, provisions untouched, but there was not a single soul aboard. The captain of the Ellen Austin sent a team to man the ghost ship and bring her to port. But when a sudden fog rolled in, the two ships were separated. When the mist lifted, the derelict had vanished. Days later, it was spotted again, still seaworthy, but once again, utterly abandoned. The men who had boarded her were gone, their fate unknown. No struggle, no explanation, just another vessel claimed by the endless blue. Decades passed, technology advanced, but the disappearances continued. In 1918, the U.S. Navy's pride, the USS Cyclops, departed Barbados with 309 men aboard. Its route was simple, her weather calm. Her final message read only, "Weather fair, all well." Then, silence. No distress call, no wreckage, no survivors. When the Navy searched the route, they found nothing, not a splinter, not a scrap of metal. The Cyclops was gone. To this day, it remains the largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. naval history. How does a 542-foot steel colossus simply disappear? The answer never came, and the ocean's hunger grew. In December of 1945, 5 U.S. Navy bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale on a training mission. It was a routine flight, until it wasn't. Radio transcripts reveal growing confusion among the pilots. Their leader, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, reported that his compasses had failed. He believed he was over the Florida Keys, but he wasn't. They were hundreds of miles off course. His voice, recorded through static, carried panic and disbelief. "We can't be sure of any direction. Everything is wrong. Even the ocean looks strange." Then, the radios went silent. A massive rescue operation was launched. One of the search planes, a PBM Mariner with 13 men aboard, vanished too. No trace of any aircraft was ever found. 6 planes, 27 men, gone in a single afternoon. The official Navy report concluded, it is as if they had flown to Mars. The legend of the Bermuda Triangle was born that day. In the years that followed, the disappearances continued, methodical and relentless. The British airliners Star Tiger and Star Ariel, both state-of-the-art passenger planes, vanished in clear skies almost exactly a year apart. Each had radioed moments before their disappearance. All is well, they said. Then, nothing. 31 passengers on one, 20 on the other. Two nearly identical flights, both lost without wreckage, without a call for help. Investigators admitted defeat. What happened to the Star Tiger will never be known. The fate of the Star Ariel must remain an unsolved mystery. And then there was the Witchcraft. A luxury cabin cruiser, a calm Christmas Eve, only 1 mile from the Miami coast. Its owner, Dan Burak, called the Coast Guard to report a minor problem, a possible collision with something unseen beneath the waves. There was no distress, no fear. Rescuers arrived 20 minutes later to find nothing. No debris, no light, no vessel. It had vanished completely, in perfect weather, within sight of land. How does a 23-foot boat simply dissolve into the night? One of the most chilling stories comes from someone who survived. In 1970, pilot Bruce Gernon took off from the Bahamas in a small plane. He was an experienced aviator, familiar with the route. But minutes after takeoff, he encountered a strange tunnel-like cloud. As he entered, his instruments began to spin. His compass became erratic, his altimeter failed, and a strange gray mist surrounded the aircraft. He described flashes of light, disorientation, and the sense of passing through time itself. When the cloud released him, he was near Miami, but the flight had taken less than half the time it should have. According to his instruments, he had traveled over 100 miles in a few minutes. To this day, Gernon swears that he experienced what he called electronic fog, a phenomenon that seemed to bend space and time. And then there was the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, a tanker carrying molten sulfur in 1963. 39 men vanished with it. Only a few life preservers and a broken lifeboat were ever found. The official explanation suggested structural failure or explosion, but the lack of wreckage, of oil, of debris left the question open. Whatever happened, it was sudden and complete. The pattern was unmistakable. Ships abandoned with meals still on tables. Planes disappearing mid-transmission. Weather fair, all well, and then gone. And always within that same triangle of sea. Theories tried to contain the mystery. Scientists proposed rogue waves, towering walls of water that could crush a ship in seconds. Others spoke of methane hydrates, gas erupting from the seafloor, making the ocean temporarily lighter than air, swallowing ships whole. Pilots suggested electromagnetic disturbances, regions where the Earth's magnetic field behaves unpredictably, confusing compasses and instruments. And then there's the Gulf Stream, a powerful current capable of erasing wreckage in hours, scattering debris across hundreds of miles. But statistics alone cannot soothe the unease, because the disappearances are too specific, too clustered, too similar in their eerie details. Some go further. They speak of dimensions, rifts between worlds, portals in space-time. They invoke the myth of Atlantis, said to lie beneath these waters, its remnants creating strange energy fields that interfere with our technology. Others turn to more cosmic explanations, unidentified aerial phenomena, or the possibility that the triangle is not a place of destruction, but of transition. Perhaps the vessels that vanish do not sink, but move somewhere else. Whatever the truth, the triangle remains unmastered. Even with satellites, sonar, and modern tracking, ships still go missing. As recently as the 21st century, pleasure crafts, small planes, and fishing boats have disappeared, sometimes within view of the coast, without a single signal of distress. The legend endures
because the evidence refuses to fade. The sea continues to take, to conceal, to whisper. Each wave that crashes over the triangle's surface might carry the echo of a voice long gone. Every compass that flickers uncertainly might be brushing against the invisible hand of something ancient. The Bermuda Triangle is more than a mystery. It is a mirror of human fear, the unknown that lies beyond our reach, the reminder that, for all our science and power, there are still corners of this world that belong entirely to the deep. From the ghostly silence of the Ellen Austin to the vanished steel of the Cyclops, from the lost airmen of Flight 19 to the survivors who swear they passed through time itself, the ocean keeps its secrets. Perhaps that is what haunts us most, not the vanishings themselves, but what they say about us. Our obsession with finding reason in chaos, with forcing logic on the unknowable. And so the waves keep rolling, indifferent and eternal. Ships will still pass through, planes will still cross above, and sometimes, rarely but inevitably, something will fail to return. The Bermuda Triangle does not shout its legend. It whispers it, through static on forgotten radios, through compasses that flicker uncertainly, through the soft pulse of the sea itself. It reminds us that even in the modern age, there are places on this planet where the map fades and the unknown begins. And perhaps, just perhaps, that is why we keep looking into the blue void, not to conquer it, but to listen to what it might be trying to tell us. If you've come this far, subscribe to Echoes of Eras, where myth, science, and history converge, and where every mystery brings us closer to the truth that time itself tried to bury.